Mitochondrial disease is a disease of how our cells make energy. So over time, you see some cells dying because they can't make enough energy to live. For the case of the Belnaps, our interactions with Dr. Narayanan were extremely important in understanding their disease.
When we first met Dr. Narayanan, he said, "I've looked at your son's MRI. I've had every pediatric neurologist look at his MRI. We have no idea what's wrong with your son." At that point, we had been on this diagnostic odyssey for at least 2 years.
We're like this boat in the middle of this uncharted waters, and we really didn't know where we were or where to go.
They have 4 children, and each one has different manifestations of disease. Seth, the youngest of their children, has a neurological problem with coordination issues, control problems with his eyes, and a learning disability. The oldest child is Sydney, and she has a heart problem and a learning disability. A middle child, Spencer, has a complicated migraine. So each child manifests different issues, different challenges for the future.
He was able to explain to us that not all family members were affected in the exact same way. So when we could combine the genetic data with that additional clinical information, it made the picture much more clear for the Belnaps.
There is no treatment for mitochondrial disease. Having the genetic basis known gives us hope that our kids might have somewhat of a normal life.
TGen's role with mitochondrial disorders is twofold. First, immediately, we want to get to better diagnostics. We want to get away from an armada of tests that goes on months, that includes very painful procedures, to a cheek swab that leads to a DNA test and leads to diagnosis in weeks, not months. That's first. Second, we want to get to better treatments, better therapies, and that's a long-term investment because the goal here is getting to a cure.
Life is really hard with diseases like my family has. You just have to keep going and keep on trying harder.